Hi guys, welcome back to Sunday School. I really apologize. I'm sorry. Xander says hello to Grumpy Man. I really apologize that I haven't been at Sunday School for the last couple of weeks, but hopefully I'll make up for it today in our story. So today we're reading from the Bible. He's really excited. So today we're reading from the book of Matthew, and this is actually still a time when Jesus was still alive on earth. And so even though Easter is past and technically, as we know the story, Jesus is no longer on earth, but we're reading a different part out of the Bible today, so it doesn't quite go along with our timeline perfectly, but we are going to learn an interesting lesson today. This part of the Bible, the book of Matthew, we are in section 25, verses 14 through 29, or 30 for my book. And this actual little part and a couple of little chapters behind these verses, they all are titled The Story of. And so this one today is the story about investment. So when I talk about this story today, it's not about Jesus or a specific person. This is just a story that was being told while Jesus was preaching among his people, and it got put into the Bible. So this isn't Jesus. It's nobody we know, but it's one of our stories today, and I think it's really interesting to talk about. So it's called The Story About Investment, and it's kind of a long section. So I'm not going to read it all to you guys straight from the Bible. I'm just going to kind of paraphrase it. So this story is about a man who had slaves. So remember, this is back in a time when this was pretty common to have a rich man with multiple slaves. So he had 3 slaves. He gave them each a pretty large amount of money. So I think one of them got $2,000, another got $1,000, and the last one got $1,000. I apologize. So in here it says that he gave one servant $5,000, another $2,000, and then the last one $1,000, depending upon their abilities. So he gave the most amount of money to the one he thought was the most responsible, and the least amount of money to the one he thought was the least responsible. So eventually what happens is, after some time, he goes and visits his servants, or his slaves, that he gave the money to. And the one with the most amount of money, the $5,000, he came back to the master and said, "Look what I've done. I've doubled your money. Instead of $5,000, it's now $10,000. So the master was extremely pleased. Well done, and gave him praise and told him how he did a great job. The second one, he also doubled his investment. So he got the $2,000, and then he brought it back to his master with $4,000. And he also got praise. And then the third one, the one that only got $1,000, he actually, what he ended up doing was burying the money so he would save it instead of spend it. And he told the master that he wasn't very responsible, so he wanted to make sure that it was secure. And his master was really upset. He said, "Why would you just put my money in the ground and not accrue or not grow it at all?" So he gave him $1,000 and he brought him back $1,000. I say at least it wasn't less than that he brought back to him. But the point of the story here is that we're all given some sort of special talent, or in this case, they were given money in their life, right? And after a while, you're either going to grow that money or that talent or that ability that God has given you, or you're going to bury it in the ground and hope that it doesn't go away. But the moral of the story is that although being secure and making sure that that money was okay and we weren't losing that money, we're still not taking the chance at life. So that's what God wants us to do, is he's paved a way for us to live freely and to experience all kinds of opportunities. And instead of putting it away and keeping it secure and never doing anything with our life or our knowledge or our character, our friendships, our money, anything. God wants us to go out into the world and double, triple, quadruple that investment. He wants to make sure that we are always growing and we're always becoming better and better and better. Like I said, whether it's money, friends, love, peace, any of it. We want to make sure that we're always moving forward. And that's really what the moral of this story is. I think that from the Bible, it comes off just a little bit harsher, and it seems like the master was quite upset with the last servant, but I don't want you guys to think of this as God's going to be upset with you if you don't follow through or if you don't grow yourself. But you just have to imagine the good side of, and when you take risks to become a better person or a better version of yourself. So that's what this story is all about. Making sure that you're always trying really, really hard to put the best of yourself out into the world and also to share that with others. So I'll wrap it up with that, and let's go ahead and say our prayer. So I'll wrap it up with that, and let's go ahead and say our prayer. Bow your head when you're ready. Dear God, thank you for investing in us. Although sometimes we seek security, we know that to grow our investment, we must take risks and put in our best effort every day. We thank you for your patience. Amen. All right. Have a great day, guys.